like who slows down who, essentially, right? Does Earth Spirit make space for the Alchemist, or is Storm able to zip around, get kills, build up those galvanized stack charges?
Yeah, well, time to find out. As we are going to smoke out onto the map. Alchemist forgot his items. All right, well, it's okay. He'll get it. There it is. Nicely done. Not the standard starting item, I'll be honest, but we'll definitely help him get some last hits. As we take a look at some of the facets here. Fist of Death for the Lion is the one I'm most excited for. Everything else looks about standard, right? Static Slide, the Abyssal Horde, Dance of the Dead, and then Momentum, I believe. Yeah. So all of this stuff looks good. It's mostly the Fist of Death for the Lion. So Schofield gonna just turn into a fourth melee core here at this point. That's the game plan. If we're all in there, what can they do? It is one of those things. It is a little bit of a snowball mechanic, I feel like, where if you happen to get, your first Finger of Death also gives you two stacks because you get the melee attack off. Lion can turn into a pretty scary scaling forward position, and that's, I think, one of the reasons we're seeing this hero a little bit more and more is that Finger of Death.
Okay, get this, dude. He was looking at this. He's like, oh man, they're all melee. I'm the only one who's not going to be an Omni Knight ult. If I go melee, I also get to be in there.
No way. Did they just 4 bounty rune them? Okay, no, Han gets 1, but Parker in the bottom lane, 4v1 all alone. That will be first blood.
Oh, miss?
Going over to low on the Luna. He does buy out boots. So you get 3 of the 4 bounty runes, but first blood for the Luna is going to make it well worth it for Azure Ray's time there.
Pretty interesting. Based on his quick buy, he's going straight power treads into Radiance.
That's sick. I mean, part of it is he needs the mobility for this lane. And I don't think he wants to stay in this lane super long because Underlord is just very annoying to CS against, which is why he's gone this, belt of strength early. He needs that just flat extra damage. So I like it. KJ here playing with Planet. Needs to be a little bit careful. Does have a salve though.
I guess it goes with pushing the momentum. Like, I thought phase boots might be good versus an ET, extra armor. But yeah, I guess if you're trying to play fast,
he needs the attack speed to farm.
Yeah, and the repel will maybe protect you from the aura plus your own BKB. All right, well, I'll check it out. I'm sure Parker's a much better alchemist than me. I believe in him.
The Storm, the Centaur, the not so neutral camps. Now, I think part of it is he just wants to accelerate his farm speed, like you were saying, and Treads definitely helps him do that more so than a phase boots. So I'm okay with it. Gotta be careful. Elder, okay, he doesn't hit that hard. Doesn't get too many creeps. I'm surprised that the hard camp is available and that they have not stacked the small camp there on the side of Azure Ray, because we typically see that with a lot of Elder Titans, right? Like, they want to stack up those side camps to get value out of the Spirit, but a lot of creep dragging so far in the lane, and Beastmaster makes it a little bit difficult as he's got the Hawk out as well. Dive Bomb does not connect, but a lot of slows coming through. There's gonna be the Hex, the Blood Grenade, and now Siamese Cat just ran down by Divine Llama, now looking for another. Do you have another stun? It doesn't look like it, so they will back away. But a really nice kill there in this off lane.
Stepping up a bit too far. You got to be careful. Beastmaster, he's the tempo hero along with the Earth Spirit. Right, Alchemist's going to farm no matter what. But then Schofield, if he gets a fast blink, that'll also help a lot with threatening the Storm Spirit.
I mean, if he just gets a fast level 6, I feel like Lion in games where they get an early level 6, can just shut down a mid laner. And Storm Spirit is definitely one of those heroes that does not want to see an early level 6 out of a Lion.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Looking at it, I'd say this is okay for heroic so far. Right, it's kind of even,
but even.
Yeah, it's kind of even, but when you're an alchemist, that's exactly what you want. Like, if everyone's farming, I feel that favors an alchemist typically, just because you come out so much ahead with that extra gold.
Yeah. I'm curious how long Low is going to be able to hold his lane. If they actually stabilize this and he's starting to CS pretty well on the Luna, which is pretty standard, right? As she gets more levels. If he's able to stabilize his lane, get early treads, his Mask of Madness, and he can keep his tier 1 tower alive, I think that's going to do really, really well for them. But obviously, not an easy task against a Beastmaster who is going the Helm of the Dominator build, right? Sometimes you see the Aghanim Scepter, which isn't as great as pushing. It's more of a, you know, farming-based build. But we're going to see them make the same play here once again onto the Elder Titan. The Hawk. It dive bombs the Luna instead, so that actually will bail out Siamese Cat, but ends up being a lot of damage into the Luna as well. I love the dive bomb. It's so good.
It's been a really interesting change from the old Hawk that you used to just be able to move around the map, get insane broken vision. Now it just circles around you, but the root is also really good.
Really good early. Speaking of the root, bottom lane Parker stuck in the Pit of Malice there for quite a bit. Does have the Omni, so that'll be able to help him out quite a bit. Once again, looking at Siamese Cat on the top side. He's going to be able to take down the boar here in a moment with the help of the Luna, but they will just continue chasing him. Gets the... That's the full treads!
Omni's
and they're bringing the Omni top as well. Now, the question is, who do you go for? Who do you want? It looks like it will just be Siamese Cat, but the TP coming through as well from the Muerta. Stun out from Schofield. Great Fear holds Divine Llama back, but the Purification to find the kill. And now a roll-in Analog joining the fun in the top lane. Both supports will go down. Some early rotations from Heroic. And that means Muerta has no way back to the lane. She TP'd top for this. So she has to walk to her lane. Bottle refill mid there for the Storm, though.
Just in time as these 6 minutes coming up. So that'll be another big action rune for both of these mid heroes. Bro getting active first. They want to draw attention away from the Alk. Because this is the really weird period with the item build he's going for. He doesn't have 6. This is where Firestorm and the extra damage from Underlord can start to punish you if Muerta's there just poking at you as well.
Rune spawns bottom, and it's an amplified damage. That is huge for Han here. Is if he can actually find the Alchemist, he can easily kill him, right? Alk's not quite level 6 yet. They do have a ward that will scout out the Storm with the amplified damage. So my guess, Alchemist gonna retreat a little bit into his jungle. Well, maybe not. He's going to get scouted on a ward. They know exactly where he is. They've even brought in Low on the Luna. And Parker in some trouble. They're going to go in for the play here. Vortex, the stun out. He doesn't get the deny. Goes the way of Planet. Roll off the mark as he just continues to dive. The Hex does catch the Storm Spirit, who is out of mana. The Magnetize, it's only onto 1. They do manage to redirect it over to the Luna. And now... she's got to be a little bit careful. Blood Grenade is out. Can he chase the stun? It's almost there. And if he has a boulder kick, that's a kill. Analog gets him. So they end up trading the carries, but Planet on the side with the help of New here now. Inside of the Pit of Malice. Analog does have a roll. Will get blocked, and that's a big kill going the way of Azure Ray. Well, KJ steals the wisdom. All right, I don't actually know who comes out ahead here. I feel like this is actually even. Like,
I think
so
before
bizarre.
that wisdom rune steal, Azure Ray would be relatively happy because you get the Alk kill first. Storm gets a galvanized charge, and you get the Earth Spirit later, even though you lose Luna for it. But the wisdom rune steal is pretty significant for your supports to get your high levels, right? Like Muerta and ET are not the fastest farming supports. So if they end up under leveled, it's not like you can just send them to the jungle real quick. It's like, oh, you take this lane for a moment, right? They want to be winning fights to get some of this XP.
Yeah. The other thing too, though, is during all of this, right? Divine Llama just takes top tower. He's almost level 7. And this is that Helm of the Dominator we were talking about, right? Like, once he has this item, it really comes up to how long they can keep their tier 1 alive. Well, they put pressure bottom instead, and nice kickback here onto the Muerta. She's dead. Analog needs to be careful as the Fiend's Gate coming through from New, and now they're just going to go ahead, focus up onto Schofield, bring this pesky Lion down. It's a 1-for-1 trade and a good rotation in from that Underlord. Looking for Han. He's actually really low on mana. The kickback, it doesn't connect, but the Magnetize is out, and Han's going to need some help. The stone. It connects. Does he have another roll?
He's gonna go
He's gonna go for it. He does not.
What a dead
what a
shot.
fear! Planet. What a dead shot. That was so sick.
Dude, that was practically a perpendicular angle too. It's not like you can just line it up in the way he's rolling it. That's such a good shot. What timing. Because he has enough
that's a dead
stones. I think
Storm
if he can drop another stone, yeah, I think Storm's dead.
He doesn't get the bottles off because he gets the refill, and then he had Boulder Kick up as well. So that, I mean, that would have been like another 600 damage coming out. So a very clutch save there from Planet. Magnetize is down as a result. So you have a little bit of space to breathe on Azure Ray.
Alchemist's Radiance is on the way. Oh, no. It's just the Sacred Relic. Okay. I got thrown off because originally he had like the whole thing in his quick buy, and then I didn't see it. And I was like, did he just finish the whole thing in that time? Because all these fights have been away from him for the last like minute or so. That's usually where Alchemists can just like surprise you and pop off.
This is such a good smoke. Roar for the Luna. Schofield would get the initial stun, the Hex to follow it up, the Roar soon to follow. And with this damage, I don't know if they can save him. The Hurricane back for a safe measure. The Eclipse does not quite connect in time. The Earth Splitter off the mark as well. And Divine Llama gets slept. Great find there from the Elder Titan Schofield. Is he going to survive? And is Divine Llama actually going to survive? That's the bigger question. This guy...
He doesn't have TP.
Yeah, one of the top net worth in this game. He's just going to have to run. We'll have another boar in a moment, but I don't think he's going to be able to do a whole lot here. Turns it around onto New, but does not have it. Really well played there from Azure Ray. A good response, for sure, to the gank.
Now, Luna actually lived a little longer than I thought. If she lives 1 extra second, the Eclipse gets to go a bit more. You know, maybe get something like even more out of that. Maybe your Luna gets to live. But again, with the Luna being killed, you know, I feel like it's fine. The Alchemist is getting a lot of space. Storm is getting charges. That's a little scary.
They really want to keep this catapult alive, like really badly. And they're doing a good job of getting the creep wave in place. He's going to tank with the illusion rune as well. Just try to force down this tier 1 tower in the mid as they know there's no fortification. And Analog, he might roll in for it. It's so low. He's going. He's like, nah, man. Uh-oh. Get in here, KJ. They got it. All right.
That's a high level thought right there. He knows like, oh, I don't have the damage. If I hit first, Storm's going to deny it. Like, you got to get in here. There's some quick math while under the tower.
Yep. That's good stuff. All right. A little bit of stacking with the Radiance going on for Parker. As you mentioned earlier, he went for just Tread's Radiance Rush this game, knowing that he was going to have the space to kind of get that done. So he's having a good time. Oh, it just deals 2 creeps there.
Value.
New is also really farmed on the Underlord. He's having the best game so far for Azure Ray. Luna and Storm, not too far behind, but he is level 9 on the offlane Underlord. That is impressive. Jump in. Rune's going to be top. Storm Spirit should have no problem securing it now. It's going to be an invis, though. Not the most useful rune.
Heroic's been slightly unlucky on the runes, I feel like. There are times they've got like 3 heroes set up for one, and then it just spawns on the other.
Yeah.
I'm going to smoke up, look for the Alchemist.
Huge smoke. Schofield in a good spot to break this. He is going to go down, right? He gets hexed. Gets silenced up. They're actually TPing in a lot of heroes. Omni doesn't quite make it in time. But here comes the Earth Spirit, drops the Magnetize, does get some space on KJ, and Han doesn't have a ton of HP left. The stun out from the Alchemist. Do they have the Roar? They do. They throw it. They're just going to be able to turn their attention. This Magnetizes onto all 5. You got to back out. Azure Ray starting to just tick. Can he keep it going is the question. Looking for more. The stun onto 2. They've got the Luna right in their hands, and it's a 4 for 1. Did the Lion die? I feel like he did, but an ultra kill for Parker of all heroes. Oh, man. Look at the Earth Spirit there.
Magnetized there. It's like his one spell that he used other spells. I just think they didn't quite connect. Magnetized did all of that. I mean, that's the risk of going into the enemy triangle. So we see
one. Did the Lion die? I feel like he did, but an ultra kill for Parker of all heroes. Oh, man. Look at the Earth Spirit damage,
Magnetized there. It's like his one spell that he used other spells. I just think they didn't quite connect. Magnetized it. See here, right? They bring the Underlord in, and then because they all have to come up through that staircase, they're all funneled together for this Magnetize. And then Omni Knight's like a pretty tanky support, so they try to kill him. It gets close, but he lives long enough because he's Omni Knight. And then this Magnetize just on to everyone.
As soon as this hits your entire team, this fight is over. Like a 5-hero Magnetize is unbelievably difficult to deal with. Like you just see their health bars just getting deleted here second after second. And you have a Radiance on an Alchemist to dump into here as well, right? These elongated fights massively favor Heroic.
Yeah, and I think that was the blink there too. Otherwise, Alchemist maybe doesn't get to join in and maybe they back off on it. But I think that blink had just finished. And because he has the Omni Knight, actually, I'm checking in on him. He's going to delay the BKB. He's actually going to go for an Orchid, which is going to help a ton with killing off the Storm Spirit or maybe one of these supports, right? You jump them, he stomps, runs away, they deadshot you. But now you can just silence and finish up a solo kill on your own. Trusting KJ to, it's like, I don't need BKB, right? Like, I'm not just being a typical carry here. Like, I genuinely don't need it right now, right?
Yeah, nah, he's so farmed and he knows he has the saves of his team behind him.
Oh, Pipe Courier.
Wow, that is painful. A really rough one to lose.
There's some great courier kills for Heroic this game. The treads in the laning stage. Now the pipe at a period where you want to be fighting together.
New? Does he even make it out? It's gonna be close.
Dude, what if Roche had bashed him?
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, Roche was close to securing the kill almost. We're gonna see a good ward placed here from KJ. As Analog will just clean up the creep wave. They really want to pressure this bottom lane now, take away the Ancients that, you know, Luna needs to farm for recovery. But also they know the 20-minute Tormentor will be something they can maybe play for as well. So good rotations from a Heroic, good focus on objectives. But 9,000 behind now already. Mostly just off the back of that triangle fight, right? Is so much of their lead came from there. You have the Helm of the Overlord already done on this Beastmaster who can just cut waves so easily with the Black Dragon.
Some of this is the inflated Alk value, but even then, it's a very nice lead considering it's only 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Quick grab of the haste and a zip out.
Nicely done.
Oh, they're looking bottom since they know there's a couple heroes up here. They want to try to find something down here, but
they're just gonna try and get the dragon, right? They need something. He gets the resummon though, so they end up not losing the gold bounty for that. He did a lot of damage to that tier 2 as well, down to about a third HP.
Feels like, despite being the team with the Underlord, the global hero, it feels like Heroic is outplaying them on the map. And this blink on the Lion, it's only about 700, 600 gold away.
Yeah, that's not going to be too far.
Yeah, you don't have to go too crazy right now. Like, I think you're still... Oh, no. Okay, he does have the Orchid. So, yeah, they're going to smoke him and go, actually.
I was just about to ask about that. I was like, where are we at on that Orchid timing? Because I think this is something that Parker really wants to put to use. And yeah, he's actually closing it on a BKB even as well. But if he runs into the Storm, the hero is dead. Instead, he's gonna look for New with the Orchid as well. The stun to follow it up there from the Earth Spirit, and they just delete the quote-unquote tankiest hero on the map. The Underlord falls with ease as they pressure both mid and top eventually.
Heroic has such a strong hold on this game right now. They have vision across the map, so they can see anytime Azure Ray is split up and go for these types of pickoffs. At some point, like, I think you can actually do Roche whenever you want at this point, but it's whether you want to give up the map space for that.
No,
because currently...
KJ walks up and denies the Overlord creep. You're kidding me, man. They don't give anything away.
It's a lot of money.
It is.
It's a lot of money to give away.
I was just shocked. I was like, what is he doing? He just takes away the creep. Oh my goodness.
I mean, at this point, you'll take anything you can get on Azure Ray. Things are looking kind of grim. What about their own item timings?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Doesn't really feel like anything major. Luna, she's got Mask of Madness and Manta, but
Yeah,
you need a
she's got the
BKB to even be able to stay in the fight.
Oh, well, I don't think she's going to have many options here. Analog is just kind of waiting for her to go somewhere. And the roll, it's going to connect from the fog. You should have the follow-up there. The roar from downtown. Even a magnetize, assuming there might be someone showing up to help. But instead, they actually just find a little bit of a solo lion on the bottom side of the map. I mean, I think you're okay to trade your position for the carry Luna.
That's just a Schofield classic. That was intentional, man. They don't care about that at all. That's part of the game plan. Oh, we might see that solo pick off. Out TPing bottom.
This is a kill for sure. Like that is
One auto attack. Wait.
yeah. It's the soul burn. I mean, he did so much damage during there. So,
Maybe he
unstoppable
had-
on Parker now.
He had 2 healing lotuses, so it didn't combine yet. So he can only use 1 at a time because of the cooldown. Maybe if he had 3, he might have lived there. Like the burst heal might have kept him alive to zip away.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Dire's top tower is
Analog?
under attack.
Hanging out in the enemy triangle while his team takes Roche on. The classic Beastmaster just soloing Roche, by the way. Love to see that. So they will get that here fairly soon. Not the fastest, right? He doesn't have the Aghanim Scepter. The Helm of the Overlord's a little bit of a slower attempt, but they will get it eventually.
Yeah. It's a little riskier, but considering the state of the game, they're not too worried about Azure Ray doing anything. Oh, just trying to get away. Don't kill me.
All right. That's actually a really good timing now that we think about it. But bottom lane, another pick off here for the hands of Alchemist. Is Schofield just hasn't even used Finger of Death this game. I was talking earlier, I'm like, oh yeah, he'll want to get this bad boy rolling, take advantage of like the early stacks he can build. And instead, he's just walking around, giving kills to his Alchemist. Super selfless play. And
This is not
again,
the lion way.
Nah, not me, dude. Ain't no way. I'm stealing every kill.
Ain't no way this isn't a Midas in my inventory instead of Blade.
The 20 minutes means for the Tormentor, and Analog rotates over immediately to make sure Azure Ray are not getting this. And with that, they will take the enemy Tormentor. And a free shard for Scope. Dude, this shard is actually super annoying to deal with because he does have 3 points in mana drain right now, so he can easily just drop the 4th point in there now.
I thought this was such a good mana drain game that he would go the other facet. I actually didn't expect him to go the Fist of Death or whatever. And the fact that he doesn't have any finger kills, you know, maybe you're wishing you went that other facet now because that would combine really nicely with this shard. But either way, like you said, still a really good shard to grab. It'll still be annoying even without the facet.
There's a BKB now done on Analog, going for his Shiva's Guard. This guy is so hard to kill. So we'll see what they can do. He's just, again, playing this initiator. I'm just going to go in, cause a bunch of havoc in team fights. And if you don't respect his damage as well, you just lose the fight. So I like the decision to get the BKB early, as Parker has now finished his Bloodthorn. So BKB Bloodthorn done on your Alchemist with an Aegis and a 16,000 gold lead here. So they're going to start chipping away at the high ground. They do have a catapult here. They want to try and keep it alive as long as possible. Stomp onto Divide. Silence actually catches the Omni, so a lot of extra damage going to come through here. Nicely done. We'll push them away. I'm sorry, Aegis is on Divide Llama, not the Alk. Sorry. I just realized I misspoke.
Alk didn't even want to go over. He's just like, I'm farming. You take it.
I mean, Alk's
I'm curious
almost
what they're
1,000
waiting.
GPM right now.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're waiting for because it does feel like you could just go up, but maybe just fully respecting Azure Ray. Like, ignoring the gold lead, Azure Ray's lineup would be extremely difficult to push the high ground. So maybe that's what they're still respecting, not fully knowing the exact amount they're ahead.
Not again. Use the ult, Schofield. Do it. Do it. All right. It's not-
Schofield.
Dude, come on, man. Get them stacks. That's 2 stacks if you do this, you know? Maybe he's waiting till level 2 ult when the cooldown is much lower. That's what it is. All right. He's actually just playing the long game.
Big brain.
Yeah, he's like, guys, I'm
Ult
almost
after
level.
24 minutes in, first ult.
Yeah. I mean, this Alk Blink Orchid it was a massive problem earlier, but now with Schofield also having the blink, if the Storm Spirit's seen anywhere on the map, he's pretty much dead until he gets a Lincoln's, which is not going to be easy.
And Schofield accidentally buying a gem instead of an Ags, but at least what this gem will let you do is that you can now remove the vision from Azure Ray, and the game is so scary already, right? So you need to see them like, okay, Alchemist is over here, so I'm at least safe for a moment up here. But the more vision you lose, which with this gem, he's already taken out every ward they have. Oh no, there's one in the bottom.
Oh, he's gonna walk into Luna. I don't think he knows if that's real. He thought it was an illusion.
No.
He actually thought it was an illusion. Gets the hex. He
still
dies.
gets the kill. He's too scared to get the gem.
He's gonna go for the kill with the Bloodthorn. I think they were like, all right, what do we do here? No way he goes through, right? Okay, he cancels.
Do it. Do it. Come on, Parker. he's messing with it. I think he's going. He's committed.
He's got team here. He has a BKB, but the Earth Splitter is out. His BKB committed, and in goes Analog, gets the Magnetize onto Planet, who's just going to TP. Kind of a wild decision, but they feel so strong. It's one of those things where you just forced a lot of your own cooldowns, though. Double BKBs and the Alk ult. You have to be a little bit careful. Atos out. Stomp's going to connect. They are going to have to save him. You do have KJ nearby. Divine Llama is just going to immediately take down Siamese Cat, and they also get the concoction onto the Muerta. They're going to lose 2 here. Well, Siamese Cat's getting some distance. Oh, we finally see it. The finger of death. The first one of the game. He's got to punch some people. He has like, what, 20 seconds to use it?
Yeah, he's got like 8 seconds left at this point. Please punch something.
The only finger death we'll see this game is him ulting a 100 HP Elder Titan. Incredible.
Maybe. Because that choice to go through the Twin Gate was, or not Twin, the Fiend's Gate, kind of scary. It was essentially a 2-on-4 that went even, which kind of shows you where the game is at. But if it had worked, right, that would be a winning fight. Luna dead, get another kill or 2 literally in front of their base, right? That might maybe just ends the game. So
it's true.
I think that's what Heroic maybe was testing the waters for. In the end, it gets a little bit of a smaller fight, doesn't let them go high ground, but just continues to grow the lead. And they do have the AC on the Alchemist now, so now if you win the fight, you can just go straight in. He's just
looks like he's gonna go straight in. Finds Planet of all heroes, takes the Muerta out of the fight. She's got no buyback. The saves coming in from the Omni. You can't escape the corrosive weaponry as this Magnetize is rolling onto 2. You've got to back away. He can keep this going as the Earth Splitter gets sent out. 2 heroes dead off Azure Ray is now it's just Heroic's time to siege the base.
Where's the Alchemist?
He's cut bottom. He didn't have bottom. It expired. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I was like, where's the AC for this tower push? Where's the 26k carry? Get in there, Parker.
I mean, maybe they don't know that the Underlord like doesn't have buyback. I mean, it's so early that a lot of people sometimes don't. But if you extend too far, an ult from the Underlord could be pretty punishing.
Yeah. It's the only way you lose is if you overextend trying to break the base. I feel like they could have done it right there, but you know, wait Roche, maybe wait another fight, doesn't really hurt. Yeah, we see the Eclipse come out and literally do nothing because they're both BK. I swear she's taking more damage if she wasn't BKB'd herself, and I know she's not taking it from the reflected blade mail, but it looks like it. So that's not good. That's not a good place to be on the Luna.
Nah, not at all. I mean, 27k behind at 27 minutes, now 28 as they pick up some bounty runes. They do drop a ward here that's going to scout Schofield. And amplify damage spawning top, though. So that's a pretty big rune. It's going to be bottled up by Analog here on Azure Spirit. He's going for a Scythe of Ice next, has level 18, so level 3 ult. It does a lot of damage now. And I mean, not that it didn't before, right? It did a lot of damage before, but now it's even scarier.
just trying to bait a response. The Underlord Fiend's Gate just pretending that he's stealing Wisdom Rune.
Dude, I'm trying to think how many Wisdom Runes Azure has got in this game. I think it's only one. Schofield finds Luna. What a Glimmer Cape play. Into the mana drain. Has the stun to follow this one up. He has the BKB.
Wait, that's a little early, isn't it?
He's going to get the TP out, but yeah, didn't have enough. They didn't have anyone else TPing early enough, it looked like, but.
Because that's the one he TP'd to, so it ended up being
Yeah.
a 5-second cooldown.
Yeah. I mean, you get the Luna BKB for nothing, right? So, I mean, I guess for an Alk TP, but
Alk, in the time it takes him to walk back, you still have like 50 seconds of BKB cooldown. So it's a perfectly fine trade, and you can maybe poke the towers a little bit more. I mean, mid's almost dead if you want to grab that real quick. But you also know Roche could be up. I don't think they've scouted it yet, but maybe you just don't want to risk that. You want to go get Roche first. It's definitely the safest way to finish the game. Like 30K,
Yeah.
it's probably secured if we're being real, but
probably. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to risk it, right? You know Roche is going to move bottom here in a minute. Parker gonna look for the pickoff. Do they go in the high? I mean, he gets immediately jumped onto this Underlord, and my lord, the overwhelming blink. Combine that with obviously the repel coming in from KJ, and they get the best target again. That is your wave clear. That's your D push. 40 seconds, no Underlord. Yeah, pretty much everything's still available. Parker just fishing on the Alchemist now. Meanwhile, an amplified damage Earth Spirit is just beating down your mid barracks. All right. That's going to be potentially 2 lanes. Blade Mail's out. Great response from Schofield. They managed to catch the Storm. The stun is out. The Finger of Death. They get the kill. Deleted with ease. Buyback is available. But this, again, this is the problem with the Storm Spirit opener with the Lion still in the pool. How do you respond at this point? What is your options? They're going to go into the Fiend's Gate and Eclipse out. They take the Omni. That's a good way to start this one out. BKB from the Alk here. Divine Llama stuck inside the pit, but does have everything available. Looks like they'll take the Omni kill. They will back away as the Omni buys back into the game.
And Omni's a great target to get because they were cutting through the base like that, but the fact that they're not even willing to chase shows how scared they are. And now with the buyback, they're just gonna go for the win here. Get the Luna BKB.
Storm, or I'm sorry, Earth Spirit on the backside drops his BKB. He's gonna kick back new. It just rolls to safety. In comes the Storm. No, buddy, you can't do this. They're right here. Does get caught, but a nice Lotus Orb to buy him some space. The roll back in, though, from the Earth Spirit. The magnetize the silence onto 2. They've done it. Storm, as well as Underlord, removed from the game. There is a buyback, but it's a 3v5 against an Alchemist who has almost as much net worth as your whole team. He jumps in, finds the Muerta, stun to follow it up. In comes the Storm. Omni should be in close enough, does just throw the Guardian Angel. They take the Storm Spirit, the Finger of Death onto Siamese Cat. The GG comes out, and my lord, heroic. An absolute
Dawn plus Lion, straightforward. So hopefully, for their sake, they can have a stronger show in the lane so they can show us what they can do. I feel like we didn't really get to see their full strength, you know? They just kind of fell behind and couldn't do anything after that. So for their sake, get a 1-1 in their first series of the day and of the group stage. Maybe
We'll
we
have
can
to
find
see
a smoke to get them started.
Yeah, not a bad smoke. Does get the Watcher there. For those of you just tuning in, this is game number 2 of Azure Ray versus Heroic here. Game 1 going the way of Heroic, but Azure Ray coming back here in game 2. We'll see what they can do as, like you said, smoked up, going for a wrap around here. Heroic not taking the bait, though.
There's a lot of observers, like so close to each other, too.
I think they pinged the ward as well next to the tower in mid. So, because they saw them take the Watcher. So I think they're aware that there's probably vision on that side of their tower. They might go for it. I think KJ will be the one to try and de-ward it as they move bottom.
Looks like he was trying to place a ward first, but smoke broke.
Oh, they dropped the sentry on the bottom side. Okay, they thought it might have been there.
Well, this one's also useful because you see the facet Sand King has taken, right? And
Yeah.
that means there's a sentry war in the mid lane. Otherwise, this is how you get past that Invoker matchup who has so much damage. Like, he can't save me, you know? So I just shove in the lane. And Invoker does not have good wave clear. So that is kind of what you want, which what Sand King will do even if he does lose the Vision War. Like, you just shove in lanes, go jungle. Invoker can't match that as well. But you want to at least help yourself out by getting Vision in the mid lane with the sentry there. I think that's why they opt for it.
Yeah, I like it. You get a lot of sustain just from Cold Snap as well on Invoker. Like, it's just a lot of sustain. So having as much damage as Invoker does, if you can get like 1 or 2 denies early on, it'll matter. But no, nicely done from Han. Manages to secure the last hits there.
This time Divine Llama's courier was killed. Last time, so now that I'm thinking about it, Heroic had a lot of good courier kills that helped them out as well throughout that game. So there's like just across the board a lot of little things that was good for Heroic. Let's see if you know, maybe courier kill removing some tangos. Maybe that's some of the difference they need.
See, this is where I was a little bit worried about picking something like a Hoodwink into the Tusk in the lane. He did end up going Shards level 1 though, so not a ton of damage that he can do. It's mostly just Devi and Low taking blows back and forth, but a triple raise onto the Mars. Tusk not in range to get the shards there, otherwise certainly would have been a kill.
This is where that courier kill is painful, since you would have another set of tangos right now. Start healing up. So even though you don't get the kill, Mars has to stay so far back. You're gonna get a couple extra CS advantage here. Not too bad, though it did cost a lot of mana. That's a little sad. Your kill threat goes down if you don't have enough mana for the combo.
Well, speaking of kills, First Blood comes out top lane to the Enchantress, and now Schofield taking quite a bit of damage to the bottom lane as well. Snowball's going to come out as he hits level 2, but it drops him onto the low ground. All right. I mean, so far, the lane's dominant from Azure Ray this time around. That level 2 timing of the Lion getting the Hex out. Very big.
I like this Dawnbreaker, which got banned out in the last draft, right? So Heroic had done their research. Maybe they want to try their hand versus the Dawnbreaker this time, but I like it a lot more for new because I feel like he's such a good offlaner. But Underlord, there's like only so much you can do on Underlord. You know, you're like a classic aura builder. You show up to stuff, but there's some players where it feels like you want to give them something flashy because they can do more. I feel like New is quite capable from the off lane to make something like a Dawnbreaker. Still brings that global rotation, but has a lot more individual playmaking potential as well.
Yeah, it's a good point. Right, it's similar to the Underlord in that way, but could maybe get a little bit more done. The mana burn.
Unfortunately, he is.
That's annoying.
Yeah, he's gonna have to deal with this Enchantress and TA, like fairly strong laners. Though they already picked up 1 kill. See if they can find any more. Yeah, in that mid lane we see when the Sand King shoves it in, Invoker's just got to slowly clear him out. Give Sand King time to go wander, pick up bounty runes to heal up after being poked down by the Invoker.
Yeah. I mean, overall, he's actually doing really well in the mid lane, right? Not too far behind in CS. Yeah, you're going to struggle a little bit, but Invoker low on resources will make things a little bit difficult there. Nice shard block out. Devi will spear away the Shadow Fiend, and with that, it might be enough to survive, and it will.
No kill, but you see, because you push him off and they're so low, you do get to secure the hard camp. So it's all these little things that help you build up a lead.
This is where I was a little bit unsure of the Hoodwink pick, right? I feel like it doesn't do as much. Analog should just get the deny here, maybe? No, doesn't. Nice bro strike there from Han. The Hoodwink doesn't feel like as strong of a lane hero, right? As you could pick up with something else, but They want the damage, I'm guessing. Top lane, a lot of damage there onto New. No way to secure this kill, though.
Yeah, ever since the Acorn shot got nerfed, she hasn't been as dominant in the lane, but a lot of utility later on. I think that's where a lot of teams have been starting to move towards.
Yeah, I mean, the Bushwhack is going to do wonders this game. It's a really strong spell against heroes like Shadow Fiend. Spear will push him away. She's going to be stuck inside of the Ice Shards. Bushwhack to follow it up. There's going to be the Drinking Buddies to try and get him close, but Blood Grenade will slow them up enough. Man, bottom lane for Azure Ray is just looking so good. They're going to rotate here, however, on KJ. He's bringing a Wolf. Not the most useful creep in terms of control, but they will scout KJ. Planet comes bottom as well. I don't know if you're going to be able to secure this. Do you have the enchant? Drinking Buddies? Oh, ends up doing a lot of damage there, but a nice snowball in. Stun out from Planet. They do manage to secure themselves one kill. Will it be a second? Oh, the spear just barely off the mark.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All
Nice
right.
bait.
Well responded to.
That almost worked out anyways, though, because so they saw the Enchantress. They're like, oh, we can bait this in, bring the line in. That Acorn shot did a little bit more damage than I think they were expecting. But they do manage to find a kill without giving anything up.
Yeah, that was
Acorn shot.
it did so much work. I
guess with the Wolf aura,
almost
too.
killed him too. Yeah, that was big.
Man, one more attack from that Wolf probably finished up Planet.
All right, well, really good lanes this time from Azure Ray.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Slowing down the Mars, I think, is really important because he definitely is like your playmaker in a way, right? Like you don't really have great tools this game at starting
Invokers-
fights on Heroic.
Invokers nowadays, like, they still make plays, but they've been going for this right-click build that's been popular lately, and that does limit it compared to when he used to build Orchids, Spirit Vessels, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, like you said, because of that, Mars is absolutely the main initiator for his team. So
God, his game
now
is
being
so
at the
rough.
bottom
Look
of
at
the
his net
course,
worth.
yeah.
He's had to buy so much regen this game.
This is where sometimes getting the kills, you know, he would get to come back to lane with the full resources, right? But because you live, you're like, well, I don't want to walk back. I guess I gotta buy a salve. You know, in a way, it has its own economic advantage over getting a kill if you can fully capitalize on it, which in SF
Absolutely.
can, because you have so much damage, you can get so many denies when Mars has to play it safe.
Did Invoker just clear the hard camp there?
Dire's middle
I
tower
missed it.
is under attack.
Maybe
I
with some
think
help
he
from
might
KJ.
have. I mean, they brought KJ's Centaur. Oh, great Centaur Stomp into the Tornado. EMP Han out of mana. They're going to jump in with the Dawnbreaker. The Shards, they're bringing everybody into the mid lane here. The Spear will not be able to save Analog. Still not even level 6 here on this off lane. Mars, and that's a fantastic rotation to the mid lane.
And Dawnbreaker ult already feeling better than the Underlord ult, because I can't really think of a time last game the Underlord ult. Like, I know it can, I know it should, but we didn't really feel it because of the time it takes for the Underlord ult to come in and start having impact. But this time the Dawnbreaker ult already joining in, finding a kill on Invoker, pretty much the best here we could find. Already at a 3k advantage.
Meld Strike. Nice Drinking Buddy save, but here comes Analog here. Snowball. This should just be a Tusk kill with a quick Cold Snap. He's got a little bit of minus armor still on top of him. The Courier ends up... Wait, how did the Courier... Does Psyblades not affect Courier?
Radiant's courier has been
I guess not. It did hit
Not
it, but
anymore. It used to. Yeah, he hit it twice. I know it used to affect Couriers.
do you clear up their stack before it can get stolen? Well, looks like there's one creep left that you're gonna grab.
All right. I mean, overall, they're still doing quite well on the side of Azure Ray. The 3 cores, all farming fairly decently. You'll get a good timed Blink Dagger out of your mid lane Sand King and Dawnbreaker. I'm mostly curious what she's building, because sometimes it's the Echo Saber, sometimes it's more of an aura. It's things like Guardian Greaves, but they're going to go for the dive. She's going to be able to get caught here for a moment. Tornado, EMP is out. The Cold Snap. not actually there, as Parker is now in a little bit potentially too far, as they're going to TP in some extra heroes. Snowball on over to Analog, and now he's the one in trouble as the Shadow Fiend comes in, takes him down with a raise. Very good stuff here. They do have a trap on the backside, but it will get dewarded. Chasing through the TA traps is always a nightmare, but a bro strike in from Han. He's rotated from the mid lane. They get themselves 2 for this. Azure Ray responding to the aggression from Heroic with numbers, and it's working.
The rare Shadow Fiend rotation, but it pays off. Gets himself a soul. He's got 2 stacks of lasting presence. Yeah. This is a catapult wave. If you can push this fast enough, maybe you can take this tier 1 kind of quickly.
Dude, lasting presence, we've talked about it because this is one of those facets that, like, I think for a while teams were not respecting. Great dodge. The Requiem comes out as well. They're just chain stunning down the Mars. No arena coming out. The sharpshooter off the mark as well. Azure Ray just baiting in Heroic to taking these bad fights.
I mean, that was an amazing snowball save and such a well-timed Requiem to match. They're not done. Schofield. Found Schofield.
Yeah. You're at such a huge level disadvantage right now.
We have a Finger of Death stack 10 minutes earlier than last game.
Huge. Han's coming in. Sees Parker, gets the bro strike onto 2. Gonna just pop the epicenter, and the question is, can you follow the TA? No. They're gonna settle for King Jungles here. The trap should slow him a decent amount, and KJ's tanky. He gets out. Okay. Not the worst, man. That snowball save, perfectly timed Requiem. The snowball actually chipped the Mars as he was rolling in. Yeah, that's so well done.
Yeah, otherwise that combo, Sunstrike plus Sharpshooter, should just delete 1 hero and then you go from there, but instead everything whiffs. Chain stun the Mars, maybe a little bit by accident, you know, who knows, good luck. But
yeah,
either way, it leads to a very nice sequence of plays.
I mean, this Mars has no game right now. I mean, you pick this knowing the lane, right? You see Shadow Fiend Tusk, you get the Mars, and that's kind of where I come back to. I think you just need to pick a stronger position for the lane. And Hoodwink just is not that hero right now, so we'll see, as they've got a lot of stacks in the jungle here for Parker to clean up. Ice Wall to help slow up these Ancients, the Alacrity. They're doing a lot of damage here.
Yeah, fortunately, Parker is still... He's keeping up, right? He's not in the #1 spot, though. After this Ancient stack, I think he might be, at least for a little bit. So you know you have the damage to eventually get kills. Alacrity. Ooh,
nice arena. They're actually off the mark. The Spear off the mark as well. It's just an EMP that catches. Nice 2-hero bushwhack, but what do? You just got to run. You missed everything in this fight, and now they're just going to turn it around onto Schofield, find themselves an easy pick onto the support. Spear still doesn't connect.
Still, considering this was Azure Ray's move, only losing your Hoodwinks, maybe not too bad. We'll see if they can convert this to some mid lane pressure. Then it does kind of pan. Actually, looks like they're going for both.
I mean, compare this to what happened last game. They made this same movement, right, into the triangle around 13 minutes. Parker gets a quad, like an ultra kill, right? He gets 4 kills off the timing of the Radiance. This time, you lose kind of some of the hero. You lose like some of the pressure. You manage to finish off the stacks, but you just lose the Hoodwink, and you get nothing. You're still almost 1,000 gold away from this Blink Dagger on the Mars. He is having such a rough game. Like, Lions is going to be out at the same time.
that is very true. But I do think, like, you just need the blink from Divide Llama. And even though he is dirt poor, he just needs to find someone, stun them, and TA will kill them, right? And you, like, that's your way back into this. You have to wait for that. Schofield's going for Atos. Someone needs to find someone for Parker. And fortunately, like, this is kind of your ideal situation where the playmaker is the one who's kind of struggling, because in the end, they don't need a lot. As long as they blink stun, the guy who does the damage, if he's keeping up, then you can still get the kills. If the damage is lacking, then there's nothing you can do. Even if you make plays, you find the individual heroes like, we just can't get kills.
Oh, nice find on the top side here once again. They bring the damage now to take down the Enchantress. Why not?
They want that, though. They want Enchantress to just take that risky farm. No tower there. Shove up to the enemy tier 1 tower. Just get the rotations there so that Divine Llama can quickly farm. Try to get his recovery blink. Get yourself back in this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Midas finished up for Invoker. So the recovery's going to start. If you can find kills with the blink timing, that's Heroic's way back into this.
You need to delay this game so bad. You need to stall out this game for like the next 5 to 10 minutes without falling too far behind, because you need to get some items here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But
Azure Ray,
they're going aggressive.
and this should be easier for them because they have the Dawnbreaker, right? She should be able to help them play map efficiency while also still joining these fights. Currently, they're looking for the Mars. I don't even know how they fully knew he was over there.
Structures are fortified.
Maybe
They're
they
just
don't.
boarding
They're
and
trying
just
to cut him
barreling down this mid tier 2. They're daring you to fight them. You've got to do something. Snowball is available, of course, if they want to try and save him. He's going to pop the Manta.
It's kind of risky to do this, though. Sand King and Lion left.
Dire's middle tower.
I think if Heroic knew that, they would take that bait. Like, they would actually just fight, and they would win.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I mean, you just lost a tier 2. I know about a deep ward that's going to be placed up there for sure. There is a TA trap scouting a lot of this. And like I said, you kind of need to stall this game out. I feel like you're losing a lot. Blink dodge from Divine Llama.
Blink.
I'll always remember how foolish you
Dire's
were.
top tower is under attack.
All right. Up to the top lane they go. Azure Ray is just waiting for your Heroic to do something in this game. It is 9-1. A super different game from what we saw before, but see if Azure Ray can take this tower. Maybe look for Roche on immediately after. I mean, you've got a decent team for taking Roche.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, I could see that. You've already set up all this vision here, too. Looks like a kill onto Schofield. Okay,
He's got the
stun
sharpshooter up
misses.
to the high ground.
Sharpshooter
Okay.
up. But now that's no sharpshooter, which is one of the ways you can do damage in this early game.
tower has fallen.
Too worried about dying anymore.
They are in a little bit of a troublesome spot here. Analog's going to try and TP out. Ooh, the snowball's barely not in time. So they will both escape.
Generation.
Parker, mid lane. Got to be careful. Planets here into the follow-up Requiem. And, of course, the Dawnbreaker. Quick kill onto the Templar Assassin. As we get another Finger of Death stack here for Planet. I mean, he definitely is stronger into the Shadow Fiend 1v1, right? And he saw some heroes bottom. He's like, you know, maybe they're not there, but Dawnbreaker can just join globally.
Yeah, and this is where TA... Like, you just build damage items, so you're always very squishy if your refraction can be broken. Which even if you don't have abilities to do so, when you have 3 heroes hitting you, like, the refraction charges go.
Actually might just get rewarded with a Wisdom Rune here. All right, Schofield happy about that. Figuring out who he's going to give it to. We'll just take it himself. Invoker going through the Twin Gate. And now it is time for Roshan. All right. It's not the fastest, but it's not that slow. Shadow Fiend is pretty dang good at this.
Heroic does not want to take a direct fight for the most part, which typically Roche, if you're going to contest, you need to bring all your heroes, and that's where you're going to be at risk of the Blink Epicenter, Dawnbreaker ult, Requiems, all of that. Does get scouted if maybe you want to go for a YOLO steal attempt, but don't really have the heroes for that, so Roche over to the SF.
Has been killed.
They're pushing all 3 waves is what they're doing, right? They cut mid, or they cut top. They're pushing mid and bottom. Divine Llama is going to get found here from Han, and he gets himself another kill here on the Sand King, 4-0. As Schofield will TP to safety. Snowball's going to catch him this time. That was a long TP as the Dawnbreaker ult actually off the mark with the shard. Schofield going to just take them for a run here.
There's no TP, so he just has to run out of here.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I'm
look like he's gonna
surprised
be
he didn't just
successful.
run south, but tries to break some ankles there. Hopes maybe he might be able to dodge it.
Is under attack.
It's kind of close, actually. If Scurry had lasted a little bit longer, which it used to, and they moved that to the other facet because he went tree bounce trick shot, that kind of got him killed. Otherwise, maybe he does slip through there. They actually do have an observer over here, so they would have found him eventually, but kind of shows the mindset why he was trying that.
All right. It's a 7,000 gold lead here for Azure Ray. Curious to see what they're going to try and accomplish with this early Aegis that they have on the Shadow Fiend. I'm assuming BKB will be coming out for him soon. Analog bottom. Going to get scouted here from the Tusk. Tornado just off the mark. Beautiful grab there. And Analog's going to go down. This is just how they have played the game from Azure Ray, just constantly looking for pickoffs. 13-1. Heroic is barely on the board.
I mean, this is what you need to do when you feel you can't fight directly, but when you have a global hero like Dawnbreaker, and then you have the instant catch from like a Blink Sand King, Lion. He actually went Aether first, but the Blink is still almost done.
Okay, Arena Spirit, they actually catch Han. He gets the Bro Strike
Does Han
off the
catch them?
Bushwhack, did not connect, and they're afraid. I mean, if the Bushwhack connects in time, maybe the TA can get that kill, but
Bottom tower is under attack.
this is just the level difference in these heroes.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Really well played. And with this one, they're just going to jump in for more. Bro Strike comes out, but nice amount of damage coming in from this Hoodwink. Hold up. They get the Tusk. KJ still alive, but they've got to get Parker out of here. Spear from Devilon will buy him a little bit of space. The TA traps silencing and slowing the whole team will get him to safety. Heroic doubling their kill score.
Fortunately, they had like 5 traps in their own triangle.
Yeah.
That helped them see what was going on, get the kill, get out.
Azure, they're playing this a little bit patiently, but I don't mind it because you actually have a Lion who is pretty dang farmed, and it's not like Heroic's finding anything. Like, they're trying their best just to like get scraps at the table right now, but Schofield's going to be found bottom here. Dude, this Dawnbreaker has an Axe. Good luck. Schofield trying to drag this creep wave as far as possible. Gets the Sharpshooter to the low ground. He does have a TP available. They lose Parker mid instead. And Arena gets dropped as well, but where's the damage? There's nobody here to help. Han had a shield rune. Planet goes in, gets the strike to follow it up, and Devilama dies as well. Oh boy. Heroic falling apart here in game 2. Azure Ray just playing the aggressive movements around the map, and it's paying off.
Yeah, they're doing great with this global lineup strat.
Are fortified.
Much better than the Underlord. Now, it doesn't feel as dominant as game 1, so it does feel like Heroic could maybe get back into this, but they have yet to find the fight where TA is free to just do damage, and at this rate, they might not get a chance to.
That's a big tornado, cutting off the whole backside. Otherwise, probably a very dead Enchantress there. She did cut the wave as well, so
Bottom tower is under
there is no more push coming through. I don't know why I said Enchantress. That was Hoodwink that almost died, but I was thinking about Enchantress.
They look the same. They're
both
very
forest
similar.
creatures.
They're nature heroes.
radiant.
They're tiny, brown, green.
Both kind of annoying.
Dire's bottom tower.
They do insane amount of damage. Actually,
Who got the
much do you have
Tormentor
here?
on Dire's side? I didn't even notice. I'm guessing Templar Assassin. She usually gets it.
like bought it
Yeah,
or
okay. Yeah, no, the Tormentor for Dire. Yeah, so they got it, went to the Hoodwink. Because she can solo it. I just like noticed it was dead. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, she also has her shard. So actually, both supports and the TA have the shard. So
Yeah. Yeah,
they're
it
all
went to
pretty good.
Schofield. So
The silence might help you get back into this, right? You like silence the Tusk or the Lion, take out some of those saves. They don't have ways to deal with that quite yet.
Yeah, he bought it very early, and it is helping. Like I said, they're delaying the game here. I don't know if they actually outscale Azure Ray, though, is the problem. Because for a bit, they've been struggling.
Well, it's definitely better than at least where you're currently at, so.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I do think the game is... It's within reach. Like, if Heroic finds one massive fight, Azure Ray slips up, right, then Heroic's back into this. But so far, Azure Ray has been playing very patiently.
It's a really good wraparound. Well, did they find him is the question.
Trap's
Oh,
gonna
they
help
have a
them
trap
out
for
here.
Planet. They might just get themselves a free Lion kill and back away. They do. In comes the Dawnbreaker. Now, this is the Ag, so she can chase a little bit. Gonna look for Schofield. Tornado. EMP. Not gonna connect, but Schofield looks like he's going to be the casualty given away here. Well, I say that Heroic's bringing the
Azure Ray has to
numbers.
get out.
They get the disarm. Here comes Parker as well. Can Divine Llama connect on the Mars? He needs to if you want to take this fight. Somehow Schofield's still alive. In comes the Requiem. On with his own Sandstorm as well. Oh, no. Azure Ray, make it happen. And you lose 2 heroes on the side of Heroic. You just can't get this Mars into the game at all.
It looked like that was going to be good for Heroic. They already killed the Lion, and they were closing in from every angle. You can see it on the minimap, but just lacking the damage. Parker blinks in, but it actually just means like the free SF ult from up here for the crowd control. Combo that with the Sand King stun. So TA must live. She's the only one who has a chance at getting the kills because she's somewhat kept up in farm.
Yeah,
but
she's
so
the only
far,
damage right now.
Yeah, all these fights, like they know that as well. They just look for the TA, like break her refraction, and she has to step out of the fight.
Yeah, Sand King and Mars were both running to the fight from the same angle, but the Mars is too afraid to initiate. He really is. Like, he knows that Mars is not a hero that really does any damage. Like, he drops team fight stuff, and then he's like, all right, guys, finish him off, especially when you're behind. This hero feels incredibly weak. So he knows that, like, if the fight is already going in a way where, like, the TA is getting jumped, him going in an arena and, like, dropping arena isn't going to do anything. So it looks weird, right? Watching the Mars just kind of watch as his whole team dies, but might have been the right decision. We'll see. It's time for Azure Ray to start chipping away at the high ground. It's a long Roche respawn, over 2 minutes. Let's see what they can do here. Schofield. Oh, great bro strike. It actually catches 2. The chain stuns. They've got the Invoker and the Hoodwink. Very nice find from Han. No hesitation. They get themselves the kills. And with this, a full lane of barracks, uncontested. Azure Ray just going to keep this pressure going. The Spirit back into the Shadow Fiend. They pull him right in. Do they have the damage to do with the side strike? The buyback, it pays off. Han's going to pop that Bloodstone. His BKB, try to TP out. He's going to be successful. The question is, does Heroic find anything else? They need more.
They're really hoping to find one more hero and then get Roche, but it looks like everyone's out, and it's a long Roche spawn. Actually, they should know that because they have TA, so maybe they're just hoping to take a better fight. I guess
The traps don't give vision in Roche anymore, right?
Well, she has the innate.
Oh,
now.
the innate, yeah.
So they actually
Forget
know the
that.
exact
It's so
timing.
useless. I think it's so useless.
It matters in a couple situations, but yeah, in this case,
Invoker?
you get.
No way,
It's a
no way,
huge
no way,
deal.
no way. Oh, he gets hacked.
No.
He walked into vision. Analog's have to BKB Tornado to get him some space. Deafening Blast as well, but he didn't TP in time, and Analog's just gonna die here. Oh, that is a costly death. 77 seconds, a dieback on your Invoker. Was there a Sentry, or do they have Gem on Tusk? Oh, man. That hurts.
It? I thought it might be that the Reflect is actually larger than the Night Vision, so he was still walking in and he didn't know what was happening, but they saw the reflection like go out. So yeah, I think they saw between the Tusk Gem and the Reflect. I don't know what it was, but yeah, they find the Invoker. You got the SF kill earlier, but I don't know. This doesn't feel like it was worth it in the end now. Now that, you know, your Invoker has died back, it should mean it's a free Roche for Azure Ray. And even though your SF did die, like, he'll get the next Roche. You're still in a very commanding spot. Top lane's always going to push in for you. Gonna find a Hoodwink kill for yourself. What stack is that? Number 4 on the Lion.
This is the difference, right? When a Lion does not hold back on using the Finger of Death, it's now at 4 stacks. He's got the max health per stack as well. This hero is almost 2,000 HP with an Aeon Disc. Planet will not die. And this Finger of Death is going to be doing upwards of 1,000 damage here fairly soon.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Parker going to try and maybe
Radiant's
take
top
the
tower has fallen.
Tormentor. Nope, just realizing they are pushing mid lane.
Dire's structures are fortified.
You have 30 seconds, no Hoodwink. I don't know if you can fight this.
You have to hope for an overextension or for them to split. I don't know how you get... Oh, the head
What?
from Planet! What? He was just spamming it! You got a pre-BKB! Oh my goodness. You know that Blink play is coming and Planet reads it like a book. And now the Requiem off the mark, but you got the Dawnbreaker to follow him up. 3 dead now. King Jungle's in trouble as they pull Parker, and he's going to have to BKB. This game looks like it is over for Heroic as they cannot get out of these Ice Shards. A decent amount of Sideblade spill damage, but it's not enough.
Epicenter for domination in front of the fountain.
Yep. There it is. The GG comes out. Divine Llama having a really rough game. I mean, you know the only play you make is the spear back on the Shadow Fiend, right? So you just sit there and hold down Hex. On the blink in, you are not